Hello, thank you for tuning in. This is the Diaspora panel, the voice of the diaspora. I have with me Mr. Ademola Disa, who is based in the United Kingdom. Mr. Disa, you are welcome to today's meeting.
Oh, thank you. Lovely. I'm very happy to be here.
I have also Mr. Olaitun Adigba, based in the United States of America. Mr. Adigba, you are also welcome.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here this afternoon too.
I also have Mr. Olalawal, who's in Canada. Mr. Lawal, you are welcome.
Thank you for having me, and good day to all our viewers.
And my name is Dejalaya. I'm your host based in Ireland. First of all, we want to say a big thank you to all our new subscribers. We have about 1,800 new subscribers last week, and we want to welcome you to the Diaspora family. If you're one of our subscribers, you have not yet subscribed, please click that button. It's free of charge so that when we do our next video, you'll be one of the first people to know about it. And please share all our videos so that other people can benefit from it. And please, we want to see your comments. Please, we promise to respond to your comment as soon as we can. So without wasting your time, we're going to go into our topic of today. We want to talk about state creation in Nigeria. Over this weekend, we were told that the legislators, they have approved for one more state to be created for the southeastern region of Nigeria. And we want to make a proposition because right now we have 36 states in the north, in the Nigeria, 19 in the north, 17 in the south. So if you create one more state for the southeast, yes, which is very good, very, very good. It's a welcome development, but there will still be a problem. The north will still have 19 states, and the south will have 18 states, which means there will still be agitation. So now, one major argument of restructuring in Nigeria is a correcting of geopolitical imbalance in the polity. Many people think that there should be equal number of states for the north and for the south, and that each geopolitical region should have the same number of states. Right now, the northwest has 7 states, the southeast has 5, the rest have 6 states each. North therefore has 19 states, while the south has 17. To balance this equation, it is necessary to create 2 more states for the southeast to lift them up to 7, while the north central, the northeast, the southwest, and the south-south should have 1 more state each to give them 7 states, so that every region will have 7 states each, 21 in the north, 21 in the south. That's the way I think this should be done to balance, to make, to balance the geopolitical equation in Nigeria. And I'm going to show my screen. I'm going to show you what my propositions are. So I'm going to show this, my whiteboard. Can you see my screen, gentlemen?
Yep.
Okay. So if you are looking, I'm proposing that we should have, 6 new states. Not just because people are asking for these new states, but because we need to
Balance.
create states that will, that will solve problems. Number one, I am proposing that we create a state from the current northwest. We know that in southern Kaduna area, we know that there have been a lot of problems in that zone for a long time. So this southern Kaduna, I'm proposing that it should be, this state should be created in southern Kaduna and merge, because these are the Christian belt. They've had problems in the northwest for a long time. We can create that southern Kaduna from the northwest and merge them with the north central as the 7th state. And also because the people in Abuja's FCT, they've been clamoring for their own state. We can merge southern Kaduna and Abuja together into one state. as the seventh state of the North Central. Okay, that's for the North Central. So in that instance, the Northwest will benefit and North Central will benefit together. Now, if you look in the Northeast, the people of Southern Yobe, this and Southern Borno, who are predominantly Christian, they've been talking about being marginalized. So this area can be created as their seventh state, which would be predominantly a Christian state in that zone. So that means now you will have 7 states in the Northwest, 7 in the North Central, and 7 in the Northeast. Now let's go into the South. Sorry? In the South. So now in Southwest, there is an issue here with Ibadan State, which is long overdue. This area is long overdue. I know there's other clamor for Ogun State, but whatever happens, a state needs to come out of your state, which is the largest state in the Southwest. So in Southwest, we then at that point have 7 states. So now in the Southeast, because there are 5 states and their land mass is actually very small, I don't see how they can cut them, how they can create 2 states. So we know there's a lot of agitation for the northern part of Delta, which is the Anioma, this area. That area can be created as their 6th state and merge with the Southeast. We also know that there will be a few problems in northern part of rivers, from Opobo and all the Query. We can create another state here for them and match that with the Southeast to make 7 states. And then whatever is left of the Delta state, the Urobos can be on one side, and then the Shakiris on the other. The Shakiris and the Ijaw, so that we can have 2 states there. So it means then that we will have 7 states in the south, which will be the Urobo state, the Warri state, and the other rivers, Bayelsa, Cross River, and Akwa Ibom. So these are my proposition. And I think if we do this, what will happen then is that each region will be equal. They will produce the same number of senators. They should produce the same number of House of Rep. And then there will be 21 states in the north and 21 states in the south. Equation balance. I think that will, for some time, stop the agitation for states. So I'm going to start with you, Demola. What is your opinion?
Thank you, Deji. It's a very laudable suggestion to at least to balance the what look like an imbalance, but it's very difficult. In as much as I respect your suggestion about how to balance the imbalance, I have a contrary opinions towards that. Yes, it's better because to me, the 36 states or whatever is even too much. I don't even think that we need that so much state, because that is why a lot of the states are not even viable. They cannot even sustain themselves without federal funding. I think Nigeria have done so well with the 6 geopolitical zones. If we can use these geopolitical zones and cancel the state, make it 6 zones. That will not only that they will have good resources to buy together, and then make the zones, let they have equal, spread local government around that zones. So, and we will even do away with all these governors or whatever. Let's have 2 zones and local government, and just one political entity for each of the zones. And just like the regions in the early time in the First Republic, I think that is much better. All these zones, because there will be no end to state agitation. Before you know it, each ward will start want to become a state, and that is what is going on. It's the moment it started with Yaku Gowon creating 12 states, and it's never stopped since then.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Demola. Lighton, what's your opinion?
My opinion is slightly different from it's not slightly different from that of Demola. But what I believe is I believe that we should have equal states in Nigeria. Did not like Northern Protectorate and Southern Protectorate. 1919, which is okay, viable is good. But the states, are they viable? The state that we had in Nigeria now, right? They are not viable, considering the fact that all these states, they say they are creating again. They will have represented the three senators from each state again. Three senators, I mean, and many. What is it called? Many House of Representatives. They will have to bicameral houses in the house. So there are too many. We have too many states there, and it's not it's sitting down the economy. That is why a lot of people they are using, like Sanusi, the data Sanusi gave. They are using 85% of total earning or for the running of the government. Whereby a lot of people are valuing unspeakable privations. It's not so. To me, if I would say they should strengthen the local government. Once they strengthen the local government, the local government, they will be making sure that they tar the road, they take care of the earth, they take care of the schools, they take care of the housing, even housing, like it is being done all in the developed world. Whereby municipal, they will have houses for people, the low income money, the low high income, even the prison. The local government will be managing that. So a lot of people so it will discourage people from going to the federal and the states. Right? States are not doing anything. Right?
Okay.
They are not doing anything. So, but they should be allowed to be supervising the state. I mean the local government. Right? The
Okay.
municipal all over the world, I mean, like municipal here, they do a lot of look at Cuomo in New York. Right? A lot of people are campaigning for the mayorship. Right? When they know that they look at even the transit, look at transit from one state to another. It is been the railway, the road, everything. So thank you very much.
Okay. Chupa, what's your opinion?
Yes, no, I think part of what this will address is, what seems to be a current imbalance, in kind of between the North and the South. I have always been, I think from, my perspective has always been, I don't believe that there are more people in northern Nigeria than in the south. I mean, the argument is contrary. You don't have more people living in the desert than in more forested areas. It doesn't happen like that in other parts of the country. So, but we have an imbalance, and the imbalance has resulted not because states were created in the past because they were viable, but because people just clamored for them. I mean, a lot of the states that we have in the north most of them are not economically viable, meaning they will all depend on the federal government for sustenance. Every month, they all go to the federal post for their own allocation, and they have no incentives whatsoever to generate any revenue internally. So, I think as much as there is an imbalance, I'm thinking that creating more states will further result in creation of states that are not economically viable. And at the end of the day, that is not going to augur well for the interest of Nigeria. But I think if we are going to go through that process of balancing, between the north and the south, I think if we are looking to create more states, we should also at the same time be open to merging states that have shown over time that they are not economically viable. That would be one thing. And then the second item would also be in the future, there should be some fundamental criteria that any group of people who are clamoring for a state should meet for that clamoring to even come up, for conversation. So if people are clamoring, but there's obviously no possibility that they will be able to generate revenue even to cover their own costs, they don't deserve a state. I'm sorry to say. So I think it's an opportunity to make those changes within the system.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to come back to you, Demola. So I'm just going to answer your question. Yes, what you said was right. A lot of states who are not viable. We should go back to the regions. We should cancel the states. We should, kind of make them more viable. So, you are correct. Okay, but my concern right now is that there's a lack of balance politically between the North and the South, which is creating a lot. That's why people are agitating. The people in the Southeast now, they are saying one of the reasons they are doing all this killing is because why should we be dealing with that have 5 states? Why should the Northwest have 7? We have 5. And to solve the problem, what we should have done is to take one state from the Northwest and put it in the Southeast to make 6 each. But because we can't do that, so now I'm saying that before we get to the point where we're going to go back to regions, remove the states, and just have 6 regions, which will save us a lot of money. Instead of running 6 government, we're only running 1, which is very good. But right now, the North produces 57 senators. The South produces 51 senators. I'm thinking, let us make this to be balanced. Let the North produce 60. Let the South produce 60. Let's have this balancing of equation. And from there, after doing that, we can now say in the future, okay, maybe down to 1 year or 2 years down the line, we have too much state. Why should we have 42 states? Let's have only 6 regions. Then we can go back to 6 regions, and then we can have, every region can create their own provinces or local government, whatever. So that is my answer to your question. So I'm not against we going back to region. I'm just saying, let us have an equilibrium. Let the North be equal to the South and vice versa. That's what I'm. So what do you have to say, Demola?
Yeah, I understand your concern, but we can't solve a problem by creating another problem. Nigerian political expenses is already over bloated. The cost of governance it cannot even is unimaginable. The way if you now create expanding all this, then you start after another set of House of Representatives. I mean, local councillor, local House of Assembly, and then you are expanding the cost of governance. You are creating more problem than what you are solving. And we need to harmonize governance. We need to bring we need to cut our coat according to our size. Not even our size according to our coat. We need to bring everything back now. We need to discriminate. There are too much. All these people that are... Let's have 6 regions. And each region has a head. Then they have one parliament. Then they have local government, no states.
No states.
Okay.
Understand? All this reduce the cost of governance and make the governance go to the grassroots.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Demola. I appreciate what you've said. Okay. I know that we need to reduce most of the states are not viable. Okay. So, but the question what I'm saying is that right now there's an imbalance that we need to resolve quickly. Creating regions is okay. It's going to take time. Getting a new constitution is a time taking process. Right now, what I'm thinking is that let us balance this equation first, and then we can go ahead. So, Lighton, what do you think about Abedemola? You want to say a couple of things more?
No, because as far as I'm concerned, we need quality, not quantity.
Okay. Thank you. Then Lighton, so let's.
State creation too is a constitutional issue. They have to do referendum. The House of Assembly, they will okay, we need this, we want this. They will have to go. It has to go through processes, maybe 2-3 years, right? Before House of Assembly, House of Representatives, they accept that the state is capable. Not like the military government that they will announce today we are creating more states. No, it is not done like that. So what we are saying in essence is, I know your fear that the northern dominance. No doubt about it. There's nothing we could do about it. They've been done. All those people who are supposed to fight for it, agitate for it. They never agitated. So let us see if in the northern state, like Kano and Jigawa was created out of Kano, they should match some there. Oshun or Oyo, Oshun and Ekiti. I don't know why they should create out of, because later on you will see the Jesha. If we are from, we want to have our state. So everybody is a recurring decimal. Everybody just continues saying we need a state, we need a state. And Ruma wants are insatiable, right? All what we need now at the moment, we need a viable people at the grassroots. We need the life to touch the lives of these people at the grassroots. Right now, the states, I don't know what they are doing. Right, like I said, the state, the municipality, they are doing fantastic work all over the world. They are taking care of the people at their grassroots. But the state, they just muzzle the local government in Nigeria.
Okay.
The state continues spending their money. As I said, few states in Nigeria that have released, like Lagos State is releasing the money. I saw local government, they build housing estates in Lagos State. I said, wow, is it state that built it? Right? A state like we don't want all this, maybe they should be going to retreat. I will surmise all these governors, they should be taking to them to retreat. They should be telling them what to do. The money you are collecting from this local government. Okay.
Let me pause you there. So I know we are saying the same thing. I'm just thinking, when you're talking about the creation of state, it is much easier to create states than to create regions, because region is like to create the regions and go back to region. You are changing the entire structure, which is not so easy. So I'm just thinking about a stopgap measure to correct this cheating that is going on. That's why I'm saying, let us creating a state within 6 months. They can create state. All they need to do, amend the constitution. They can have referendum within 3 months. It can be done. So, but I think Ola is gone. So, but that's where I don't know what's wrong with where's Ola? I think he's having a problem again. So, but anyway, I want to say a big thank you. Demola, you want to say something?
Yes, I think you are right. What we need more is the restructuring. Let's restructure the whole state. Doing this patchy here and there, it doesn't stop the problem. We either restructure or we define a new constitution entirely.
Okay.
Let's face it once and for all.
Okay. Shukbo, you had everything we said. So I'm thinking we just need a stopgap measure, something to correct the imbalance. Once everybody has 7 states, we can then sit down and say, okay, we have 2 more states. Now let's go back to the region. We can now do that, with a peace of mind. But right now, there's a lot of cheating going on, because there's a part of the country that are saying, we have more senators, we have more House of Reps, we have more states, we have more population. Let's balance everything so that nobody is bigger than anybody. I think if we get to that point, we'll be able to solve our own problem. What do you think?
Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, the ultimate goal of democracy is to have adequate representation. If you look at the way things are today, basically giving every state an equal number of senators, for example, will mean that some parts of the country are underrepresented.
Yes.
Some parts of the country are overrepresented.
Yes.
Now, probably the best way to address that imbalance is to actually address, wherever that imbalance occurs today. Because my fear is, if we create more states, that will be more problems for us to climb out of. So because we're already admitting that the current imbalance is a result of not having proper process, or that will actually vet the viability of states and equal representation before they are created. If we embark right now on creating more states, just to kind of balance it by numbers, we will basically be doing the same thing, which would become more difficult for us now because to rectify, because there are now many more cases of that imbalance, so to speak. I think the more difficult conversation, and I agree it's a very difficult conversation, is to look at places where we have representation and readjust that representation accordingly. Then once that is done, we can then come down to putting in place a set of, properly vetted criteria and requirements for uh, any agitation to meet before that conversation can actually happen with respect to state. So that would be my first response. My second response is, if you look at the cost of governance, it's just astronomically high. And if you look at the results, it's nothing to write home about. Instead of having, because if we create more states, we'll probably be having over 40 House of Assemblies, 40 state commissioners, all drawing salaries, which is funding, which even internally generated could actually go down to more meaningful things like creating, putting proper infrastructure in place, generating power, creating conditions that will be more that will create an environment where people can actually start businesses,
Okay.
grow, organizations. So I think going back to a regional system at the end of the day is going to significantly reduce our cost of governance.
Okay.
And even with that, there will be clamoring because anytime you put different people from different ethnic extractions into the same either state or region, there will be clamoring, and you can solve that problem by going as simple as having a rotation. So if in the southwest, for example, an Ekiti person was premier,
Okay, super.
now
Okay.
it's the turn of somebody else, and that I think will resolve a lot of the imbalance issues that we have today.
Thank you very much. So, well, unfortunately, I don't agree with any of you tonight on this topic. I think that, and this is only my thought, that you have a South that is producing about 70% or 75% of the revenue with only 17 states. And you have a North that is not really producing anything, have 19 states. And so the Southeast, for example, they have only 5 allocations. The Northwest has 7 allocations for state governors. This, all the other places they have. So there's a lot of cheating that's been going on that we need something, a stop gap to correct this. While I agree that yes, we should go back to the regional structure, but when is it going to happen? It's not going to happen in 1 year or 2 years. It's going to take time because you are thinking about changing the entire structure. You want to remove governors who are not going to, they don't want to go. Some people say you want to have unicameral legislation, which is not going to, which may not happen. So there's a lot of things. So this may go for the next 20 years. I'm sorry to say, but we need something to do. We need to do something now to correct the political imbalance and stop, for example, the fighting in the southeast. The problem in the southeast is solvable. It's different from the problem in the northeast. The Boko Haram and the militants is different. If in the southeast now, if today, if you give them 2 states and they have 7 states like they will come down. They'll come down. So, but that's where we're going to leave it today. And I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Lolawal all the way from Canada. Thank you so much for coming to this meeting.
Thank you for having me.
And Mr. Olaitan Adedigba, all the way from the Trump's country. Thank you so much.
It's nice being here today.
I'm sure you're a Republican. Trump's man.
No, I'm not a Democrat to the core. Democrat to the core.
Okay. And to Mr. Ademola Adisa from United Kingdom, thank you so much for coming to this meeting.
Okay, it's nice to be here. Thank you so much.
So all our viewers, please subscribe so that when we do the next video, you'll be one of the first to know about it. Please share this video so that it can reach everybody. God bless you. See you on the next video. Goodbye.